stuff that was personal to me and David. You all right?
What? Me?
Yeah.
Sure. What?
Trinken wir auf eine neue Ära!
Congratulations on, American Hustle, on being the most nominated film, I guess, this year for the Oscars and basically anything, and for its success. And without spoiling too much of it, could you tell us how much of the movie is actual fiction and what happened in real life?
A lot of it happened. I don't know. It's either 50% or 70%. I never really figured it out. I was only interested in the story to the extent that it gave me a way to love and explore the characters and to watch them be people who are beautiful and ugly and loving life and never having a chance to give up on life because they'll perish if they do. That's what interests me. People who have to love life very passionately. And that can be funny and that can be heartbreaking, but it's going to be moving and powerful and propulsive and surprising. So to get each actor to play a role that they never came close to in a million years is a form of showmanship that is scary and exciting.
Since you're playing an FBI guy who's involved in a crime then, do you have any personal crime history or something? Did you ever steal something or...
I don't think I must have, but I can't remember stealing anything. He was, in terms of crime, Richie DeMasso was actually taking down these officials, so he wasn't that, it's not that he became corrupt.
So you basically, you're known for writing really great characters, and you have such a huge spectrum of movies, like from Huckabees to The Fighter and Silver Linings and all that. These are very specific topics. Where do you take that inspiration from? Because it's really different. They're really different movies from...
Well, there were really two phases to my filmmaking. There's the first 4 movies, and then there's kind of a hiatus, and then there's this phase. This is the phase I feel that I was meant to do. So starting with The Fighter, they're more personal, they're more instinctive, they're more rhythmic and musical, even like Bertolt Brecht, where someone sings to the camera like Jennifer Lawrence, or Christian Bale and Jeremy Renner sing. They're very expressive and operatic, and that's the cinema that I'm in now. You know it when you see it. You see a person, you go, wow, that's a good character, and because there's a lot there. And there must be a predicament that is going to show all of them, not just a little bit of them, all of them. So, if I looked back at my first 3 movies, I'd say, oh, maybe you didn't make the predicament big enough to show all of George Clooney in Three Kings. And as a director, I got older and I said, oh, I should make sure that doesn't happen. I should make sure these actors get to do all of the humanity.
Alle haben gedacht, oh, aus diesem Richie DiMasso wird nie was werden. Aber jetzt spiele ich draußen mit. Ich habe Leute, die arbeiten nur für mich. Meine Ideen. Ich schmeiße den Laden. Ich bin der Quarterback und ich gebe keine Ruhe.
You've been asked that a lot, I guess, but I can't pass the thing, like your hair, that perm. How was walking around on set with that? Did that just become like a thing because everyone had kind of a hair thing, or
right.
Did they make...
No, it became very much being Richie DeMasso. It took about 3 hours every morning, and then I'd come out of the trailer, and then I felt like I was him.
Das Leben ist lächerlich. Und du weißt, dass ich vor dir niemals schlecht über deinen Vater reden würde, aber dein Vater ist ein krankes Arschloch.
Daddy ist ein krankes Arschloch?
Sag sowas nicht. Aber ja.
Well, for your next project, you also have Jennifer Lawrence on board. We heard it will be about Charming Game. Is that true, or?
Yeah, that's a project that Jennifer and I are very interested in. We don't know when we'll do it, but I'm going to write it, and she has a lot of smart ideas about it, and I'm privileged and humbled to work with her. So we'll see what happens. And I also am going to write, also for my other actors, another opus, for De Niro and many of the actors who are here today, Bradley, many of them. So we'll hopefully be back here. I get to keep working.
And, your character was beating up Louis C.K. pretty badly. Do you have any regrets for that? Because he's a comedian, he might joke about you on stage later on.
I'd be honored to be in one of Louis C.K.'s jokes. He and I really got along really well from the get-go, and I don't think we would have been so free with each other if we hadn't. I mean, we were pretty free and adventurous with each other in those scenes. You know, he really allowed me to do whatever I wanted, and vice versa, and that's kind of really special when you do it for another man who doesn't know you. But we really did. It was very easy, simple, effortless to work together. I really loved working with Louis.
Was it a lot of improvising? Because the scenes really look quite naturally between you two.
You know, that's just David's ability to write dialogue that just trips off the tongue.
And also, you might be involved in an ABC TV show? Is that also a thing?
Yes, it's a show that, yeah, we'll see what happens with that. TV is very strange. I've never worked in TV. I don't really understand it. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I mean, I'll let you know what happens with that. But that can also be like a social panorama of people in desperate situations and passionate situations and surviving. And we'll see what they let me do.
Well, since kind of personal agenda, since you're being a raccoon in your near future, how's that going for you so far?
We're in the middle of shooting it, and it's been a really great learning experience, and I've become very fond of Rocket. I really, every day I go in there with James Gunn, the director. I get to see more and more of what the other actors did, and they're incredible. Zoe Saldana and Chris Pratt and John C. Reilly and Benicio del Toro, they're all really, really fantastic.
Could you ever imagine writing sort of a superhero movie or a horror movie or something that's completely new?
A horror movie? I did write a horror movie that Eli Roth is going to direct.
Oh.
Yeah, it's called The Hive, and Eli Roth is a master of horror and other things, and so I wrote this movie about 5 years ago, and he is rewriting it with me, and I'm going to help him. He's going to direct it, and I'm going to, I think, be a producer on it, and that's exciting.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, huge fan actually.
Thank you.